Good.
I'm now joined with the boys basketball team. Coach Dean, his two captains, Brendan Buckley and Scott Couchard. 7-3 overall record, 5-0 at home. Coach, why you guys been so successful at home this year?
Well, we're pleased with the start that we've had on home, being 5-0 and establishing sort of a home court advantage. I think we've shot the ball very well at home this year, and we have rebounded the ball very well at home this year. We like to make a transfer over there and win on some of our road games, especially tomorrow when we play Newtown High School, and hopefully shoot the ball a little bit better on the road as well.
And at some of the games, I've noticed a few scouts. Scott, Brendan, do you guys feel any pressure when you see the scouts up in the stands at all? Brendan?
You can take this.
No, not really. I don't really try not to think about it when I play.
Scott?
Same here.
Any schools contacted you yet for basketball, or no, Brendan?
Well, I'm playing baseball, so no one's talking to me for basketball.
Where are you going to go to school for baseball?
New Haven.
New Haven. Scott?
Right now working on Western Connecticut.
Western Connecticut, Division III, right?
Division III.
There we go. Quotes from the coach for Brendan. Brendan is obviously a great shooter, but what impresses me the most about Brendan is his work ethic. He never takes a single drill off in practice. Brendan, do you agree with your coach's quote there?
Yeah, I agree with that.
First thing I ever noticed was in 4th grade. I was on your team in 4th grade, and walk into the gym and you shoot from half court and drain it. And ever since then, you've been making the 3-pointers and stuff, and that's definitely a big part of your game. And a quote for Scott was, Scott's love for the game comes out in the way he plays the game. He works tirelessly on both sides of the floor. He can change the game with his defensive pressure. Scott, do you agree with that statement?
100%.
Every game I'm at, Scott, you're diving into the opposing bench or the crowd. I mean, you're just all over the floor. Stealing is a big part of your game. You're a good shooter as well. You guys are playing Newtown tomorrow, and you got a kind of a tough schedule from here on out, but how do you motivate the younger kids, because this is one of the youngest teams I've ever seen, how do you motivate the youngest kids as captains for your team? Scott.
Well, you just got to work hard in practice and just keep pushing them. I mean, because we're veterans, we know what's expected of them. So just got to keep pushing them.
Yeah, you guys have been on the team for all 4 years. Scott, you started freshman year, right?
Sophomore year.
Sophomore year. And Brendan, you started sophomore year?
Came off the bench.
Came off the bench. Well, you're still on the team for that, so that's good. Your 3-pointers obviously helped out sophomore year and every year since. Do you guys have any pre-game rituals before like in the locker room, music, anything, get everybody pumped up, or no?
Not really. We kind of just hang out and
we stretch as a team sometimes.
That's good. And Coach, this is one of your youngest teams, I believe. You have
the youngest, yes.
A couple sophomores, juniors. Like, how have you been able to handle this team compared to teams with Eric Green, Steve Cesuri, all guys who were top in the Steve was top in the state. So how's it been different coaching this kind of team?
This team is a little bit different. One, because of our ability to score. In terms of the ability to score, I don't know if I've ever had a team that could put the ball in the basket as well as this team. 1 through 9. We have 5 or 6 guys who could put double figures up every night, and that is very helpful. 2 or 3 guys aren't shooting the ball particularly well. There's going to be 3 or 4 other guys who are putting the ball in the basket that night. And it's also able to counter very good defenses.
Mm-hmm.
We played a New Fairfield team the other night that did a very good job defensively. It took us out of some of the things that we wanted to do offensively, but yet we were still able to score 62 points. And that's 62 points that some of our very successful teams that we've had over here in the last decade have not been able to average during the course of a year. So it has been different in that aspect. One of the things we want to improve upon is on the defensive side of the ball. It's something we take a lot of pride in here at Masuk. And one of the things that if we want to improve on the road, we always like to say our defense has to get on the bus, because in order to be successful on the road, be a good road team, you've got to defend.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the best defensive teams I've seen in a while, and these two are a big reason for it, definitely. And how did you pick these two to be your captains for this year?
Well, they've done a great job over the last 4 years, not just in how they deal with their teammates, but also how they lead by example. And the other kids look up to them, and you know what? Neither one of these players takes a day off or a drill off in practice, and they just work very hard on the court. So, I think it was kind of an easy choice. And when we did have, as part of our captain's process, the student athletes on the team vote for it, was pretty much unanimous.
And these are your only 2 seniors on the team?
We have Mike Bartel,
Who
has come back to us after playing with us his freshman year, and Mike is doing a great job this year on both sides of the floor for this, and we're really glad to have him.
That's a very good season so far. It showed from every single player on the chart. Guys, good luck for the rest of the season. Thanks for joining me in this episode along with the girls basketball team. You guys play Newtown tomorrow, and you got practice in about 10 minutes. So I'll let you guys go, and hopefully I'll cover you for the rest of the season. Also, February 5th, when you guys play Colby, me and Coach Brian Humpel will be doing the play-by-play, and that'll be filmed by Charter. So come out and support the boys on February 5th and for every other home game. Guys, thanks for joining me. Good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.